Modern Earth is a world defined by its balance: massive oceans, stabilized oxygen levels, and millions of species interacting across every continent. But 5 billion years ago, none of these features existed. The planet was a 1,200-degree sphere of boiling lava, a landscape of liquid rock with no solid ground, no air, and no protection from the vacuum of space. This molten state was the result of gravity. Over millions of years, countless grains of dust and rock in the early solar system were pulled together, colliding with enough force to melt them into a single glowing mass. This fireball lacked every ingredient necessary for the world we inhabit today. To move from this toxic void to a habitable planet required a specific sequence of violent physical and chemical accidents. The first of these accidents was a planetary impact. A rogue planetoid the size of Mars collided with the young Earth, liquefying the surface and ejecting billions of tons of debris into orbit. In the aftermath, gravity began to pull that scattered debris together. Over time, these fragments coalesced into a single orbiting body, the Moon. Initially, the Moon was much closer to the surface than it is today. Because of the gravitational interaction between the two bodies, the Moon has been gradually drifting away at a rate of about nearly 4 centimeters every year. This collision stabilized the Earth's tilt and set the pace of its rotation, providing the physical framework that would eventually allow for a predictable climate. Following the Moon's formation, the Earth entered a period of relentless bombardment. For millions of years, the surface was struck by a constant stream of meteorites left over from the formation of the solar system. Scientists have found that these space rocks carried a vital cargo: tiny crystals of ice. As millions of these meteorites melted upon impact, they began to deposit liquid water. The accumulating water combated the magma's heat. When blue water pools over molten rock, the temperature drops and liquid stone solidifies into a crust. As this crust thickens and oceans deepen, gravitational drag slows the planet's spin, lengthening the day. This transition marked the end of the fireball era. The planet now possessed a solid surface and the liquid oceans required to host the first chemical reactions of life. Roughly 3 billion years ago, within the deep oceans, the first single-celled bacteria appeared. For nearly 1 billion years, these microscopic organisms were the only life on the planet. These organisms evolved photosynthesis. The cell absorbs yellow sunlight and gray carbon dioxide, using energy to create food while expelling oxygen as a byproduct. Spreading across the seafloor, trillions of cells reached a saturation point, filling dark oceans with rising oxygen bubbles. This oxygen eventually saturated the water and began to leak into the atmosphere, fundamentally altering the chemical composition of the air above the waves. This was the first time that life had dictated the chemistry of the planet. These microbes were transforming a toxic atmosphere into one that could support complex, air-breathing organisms. While the surface had cooled, the Earth's interior remained a churning ocean of liquid rock. This internal heat drove convection currents in the mantle, which began to pull and fracture the solid crust into massive tectonic plates. The movement of these plates shifted the continents and triggered massive volcanic changes, disrupting the climate until a wave of ice began to spread from the poles, eventually covering the entire planet from space. This created a mirror effect. The white ice reflected nearly all incoming sunlight back into space, preventing the planet from warming and locking the Earth in a global deep freeze. The thaw only began when volcanoes buried deep beneath the ice finally erupted. They pumped massive amounts of carbon dioxide back into the atmosphere, trapping solar heat and melting the global casing of ice. This cycle of extreme freezing and melting acted as a filter. Only the most resilient microbial life survived the deep freeze, setting the stage for the evolution of more complex, multicellular organisms. Despite the life thriving in the oceans, the land remained a desert. Without an atmosphere to block solar radiation, the sun's ultraviolet rays were lethal to any organism that tried to leave the water. That changed as oxygen levels continued to rise. High in the atmosphere, these oxygen molecules reacted with sunlight to form a concentrated layer of ozone. This ozone layer acted as a physical filter, absorbing the most dangerous wavelengths of ultraviolet radiation. For the first time in 4 billion years, the surface of the continents was safe for life. With the radiation barrier neutralized, mosses and primitive plants began to spread across the rocks, followed by the first creatures to migrate from the sea to the shore. Once life reached the land, evolution accelerated. Small plants became massive forests, and the first land-dwelling vertebrates evolved into specialized reptiles. These reptiles eventually diversified into dinosaurs, a group that dominated the terrestrial ecosystem for over 150 million years. That dominance ended abruptly 66 million years ago when an asteroid impact triggered a global extinction. This cleared the ecological landscape, allowing small surviving mammals to diversify and eventually grow into the diverse species we see today. Humans are the most recent product of this 5 billion-year chain of events, a lineage of survivors that emerged from a world of fire, ice, and radiation. Every breath of air we take is a legacy of ancient bacteria, and every ocean we sail was filled by meteorites from the birth of our solar system. The tectonic plates are still shifting, and the climate is still evolving. We are not at the end of Earth's history, but in the middle of a continuous 5 billion-year transformation.